Good morning. Here's an article for you finally talking about the results from the Kurdistan-Baghdad meeting. Don't forget that meeting was about Article 140. It's about money, period. Okay? It's about how much money Kurdistan will receive from the 2020 budget, okay? Regarding Article 140, regarding the HCL. And remember, those are monies for the citizens. Those are post-rate change monies for the citizens, okay? And then overall, Kurdistan was seeking 17% of the 2020 budget. So what they were trying to do was come into agreement on these monies for Kurdistan, totaling 17% of the 2020 budget, okay? Now, keep in mind, there's only so much information they're going to tell you. So the fact that this article is telling you that Kurdistan has received 17% of the 2020 budget, this article is telling you that Kurdistan has accomplished all of its goals, and that they are in full agreement, and that Kurdistan's now happy. Okay, again, there's only so much they're going to tell you. But the fact that Kurdistan got 17%, they got everything that they were seeking. So this is a very good article. Now, don't forget, 3 weeks ago, I told you after this meeting, I've told you that in my opinion, I felt there's only one thing remaining. That would be the formation of the government in September. So here's, the news has already so far since for the last 2 weeks, the news has already played out how I told you it would play out. I told you we wanted to see the news start getting very quiet and not showing that Iraq's tackling and doing other items. Because if they bring in other items, like back in July when they brought corruption in, well, guess what? We had to wait for them to finish corruption. So we don't want to see more things brought into the news. If they do, that could mean that they have more steps required to get the stage set, okay? If they stay quiet, by staying quiet, what they're telling us is they have the stage set and they're ready to proceed forward with the rate change. So again, after this news, we want to see the news stay kind of quiet, and we want to see them start transitioning now into the formation of the government. If we see that step happening, then what they're telling us is that they have the stage set, and by transitioning to the formation of the government, they're now telling us they are ready to proceed forward with that rate change. So those are the next steps we're looking for. This is a great news article. You guys have a great day.
Parliamentary economic. Kurdistan got the highest percentage in its history of the budget. 31.08 inches minus 2019 2:02 p.m. Orbit Agency. Baghdad. The Committee on Economy and Investment Al-Nababib, on Saturday, to exceed the share of the Kurdistan region in the federal budget for the current year more than 17%, indicating that the region exceeded its highest share of history. Committee member Nada Sheikh Rajat said in a statement followed by Orbit the budget ended without Baghdad getting any financial resource from Erbil despite the prior agreement, which makes the share of Kurdistan rise to more than 17% of the federal budget. Jawad said, the region sells oil through Iraq's share in OPEC internationally, but does not give Iraq any barrel despite the agreement between the parties, which requires the commitment of the regional government to deliver 250,000 barrels in addition to the resources of customs and airports, which makes the region's share is rising at an unprecedented rate. She pointed out that the previous government estimated the proportion of the region by 12% after checking the record of staff and needs, as well as being forced to hand over the revenues of the Kemrak and oil. But the government of Adel Abdul Mahdi is the weakest and has been unable to commit Kurdistan to the application of budget items. Jawad said, Kurdistan MPs mock Arab MPs during negotiations with them on the share of the region where the answer is immediate that the region is benefiting from those surplus amounts. Unlike the southern and central provinces that go to the pockets of corrupt,